Just waiting for it to show up on my other side over here. Do, 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 do. Come on. There we go. We're live. Hello, peoples. So, sorry it's late. I was being a little bit on the chitty chatty side this morning with Mr. John over here.
Good morning, crafters.
We're just sitting here hanging out. I'm like, oh crap, it's 10 o'clock. Technically, I was like, oh crap, it's after 10 o'clock.
We were having some good chitty chat, though.
You get us together and you never know what's going to take place.
Right?
So, John, would you like to introduce yourself and talk about your channel a little bit before we get going?
Absolutely. So, good morning. My name is John from Guys Craft Do. My channel's a couple of years old now, so been growing. Very excited. I started a couple of years ago watching Ian and Becca and all of them, right, Sean, and just got inspired that if I could figure out how to do this thing called quilting and sewing, that maybe it would be fun to watch as I developed and honed some skills. And if you go back and watch some of the older videos, you will definitely see John's come a long way in the last couple of years. So, but it's okay. You know, the mistakes are
Hey, we
mine.
all grow.
Well,
And
I
you gotta
laugh.
start from the bottom somewhere.
I laughed because the first quilt, well, the first two quilts I did were 3-yard quilts for the grandkids for Halloween. And so, but they were where you birth them and turn them inside out and then do a top stitch. The first real quilt I did for me was a panel with stuff, and then I had to put a binding on. And I still hang it up every Halloween. The binding goes this way all the way down. Sometimes you see the batting, sometimes you don't. And then I have people go, oh my God, like that had to be so much work to make that look like that. And I was like, well, yeah, I made it look like that. It's a Halloween quilt. I wanted it to look like that. So, yeah,
Halloween is the perfect time for a hot mess.
right? So I was like, oh my God, nobody else would even hang that up or show it, but it's okay. I've come a long way since then.
Oh, see, my very first quilt was before I even got introduced to YouTube and the quilting world. Because my mom taught me whenever I was little by piecing squares together into a big, huge, scrappy, hot mess. And then we did like the knot at the intersections for the
Oh,
quilting
really?
using like a thick embroidery thread. And that was my very first time ever making a quilt when I was little.
Okay.
So, and then my adult life and everything, when I first started quilting and knew about YouTube or anything like that, I made my mom a memory quilt, like not even a year after my grandmother passed away, using fabrics that resembled mine and my brother's birthstones, as well as my grandmother's birthstone. And then her backyard was completely encased in, like all along the entire backyard of her house, and it was a large backyard, was the Shasta daisies, where it's the green in the center or yellow in the center with the white petals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was how she did her backyard every year. And so I found fabric of that and put it as the backing and the binding. And that thing was a complete hot mess because I didn't know that all sides of your blocks need to be the same measurement when you're not adding sashing to make them all fit together properly. So my edges, there are blocks that were cut off because it didn't fit right.
But sometimes we just made it fit, right?
I'm
It
like,
all worked.
I look at it now, I'm like, that was a hot mess. It was not the right measurements on the top compared to the bottom. We were completely lopsided.
Well, I remember I took a class with to learn like how to use my machine. There was a lady in town that offers classes one-on-one. And so I said, here's what I want to do. So she goes, well, you want a 3-yard quilt book? You want this? And every time we'd sit down at the machine, she'd go, okay, well, now we need to go cut. Now we need to go iron. And we'd sew for like 30 seconds. I'm like, girlfriend, I came to learn to sew, but all I've done all day is cut and iron. I was like, oh my God, do I ever get to sew? But there's so many steps involved. People just don't realize the complexity that goes into this sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so the chat's going nuts, and I have not said hello to anybody in the
You
chat yet.
haven't.
So we have Michelle's Crescent says she's going to Lowe's at 10 to get a free water bottle for Waylon, which is her grandbaby. Great grandbaby. Yeah, great grandbaby, because it's her granddaughter's child.
Wow.
So, and he is the cutest thing ever. I swear to God, I get rough days. I'm like, Michelle, send me pictures and videos. I need happy time.
It is
So
fun seeing the babies,
she
right?
starts sending me like these little video clips of the baby playing and everything in his pen or him dancing to his favorite shows. I'm like, oh. So I get my baby fit since my boys haven't given me any grandbabies.
Maybe they'll take the hint, right?
No, I came straight out and told them I need grandbabies. And my oldest one, the one that does the 3D printing, he's informed me that the closest I'm getting to a grandbaby from him is grandpuppies, like
Oh,
like little Chewy. I'm like, I can accept that. I'm like, they're cute and they stay small.
say, but you do have some adorable puppies, though.
Oh, we got them all sweaters.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. First time ever, my husband's actually been all for dressing up the babies. I'm like, yes, I broke him down.
He does have a lot of patience, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. My husband has a lot of patience with me because I push those buttons. I am such a hot mess, and I don't know how he deals with me. Let's see. We got Melanie Taylor and Nikki B, Miss Joydy, and Judy Neighbors. Mama Debbie with Quilt Fact is here lurking while working. And we got Auntie Andrea and Vintage Style by Joe. And we got Jean E. Moosley and Katie Krause, Diana, which is Nanita. She goes, hi, knucklehead sis. Don't get me started with you and your starch and pre-cuts, young lady. And we got Mr. Brian Springer, hey hon, and Mary G. Good morning. And let's see, and we got Amanda from Stitching Life Together, Miss Brenda Foley, and Miss Joyce J.K. and Sandra Cedar. Good morning, love. And my chat just jumped. I hope I didn't miss anybody. We got Raven O. Hello, hello. Let's see. I had teacup sweethearts. Yes, they love to dress, and don't forget the accessories. Yes, girl. So I'm actually going to use one of Luna's sweaters because we got them all 2 sweaters each because Michigan is not so nice for the winter time.
Yep.
And with the girls being really thin coats, I'm like, they need a little insulation for the fall and winter for going outside. So we got them nice little crocheted sweaters, super adorable. And then let's see here. I actually have a picture of Luna in her sweater because, I had to get pictures of my baby. Let's see. Where did it go? Where did it go? I know I had pictures on here. There it is. Okay. So I am going to bring you guys over to my other camera really quick, the desktop one. Look at that
Oh,
adorable.
look how cute.
Isn't that just super adorable?
Well, it's exactly the right color for her. It's
Yeah, it's a beautiful red, like Christmassy red color. And she's just strutting her stuff to the house when she had it on. I'm like, yeah, you go, girl.
that's because she knows who's the boss in the house.
She does. It's her. Let's see. Hey, Rita. Had, Nikki says I had a Jack Russell Mitts that I bought a Packers onesie for him. Oh, yeah. So Petco actually has Detroit Lions jerseys for puppies. I'm gonna go buy one for them.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, I gotta get them the Detroit Lion onesie. Or not onesies, but it's like the t-shirt jersey.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like, I
yeah.
gotta do it. I have to. I'm like,
Mm-mm-mm.
football season is kicking off with the Lions this week, so I gotta go get them their jersey so that way they can rah the team.
Right. How crazy is it that we're in football season already? It's like, oh my gosh,
Oh.
guys, where did summer go? And I mean, believe me, in Arizona, we've had plenty of summer, but still.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna be taking their sweaters and using that as a template for like my measurements and everything
Hmm.
to make them other shirts.
Aw.
Since now I know that they like the shirts and they like how nice and loose that those are. Chewy is being a little on the difficult side because keeps wanting to chew on the sleeves. I think the sleeves are just down too low on him.
Hmm.
So I told my son, I'm like, okay, I'm like, roll up the sleeve and on them and see if that's better. Because if so, then I'll just add a little stitch on there to keep it rolled up.
Yeah,
Joyce
I
JK
sound
says years ago I made my daughter's Great Dane a dinosaur costume. Oh,
a Great Dane.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's a big dinosaur. Everybody's saying how adorable she is.
Mhm.
Rita says she made her dog's coats out of blanket fleece. Awesome. Let's see. Onesies are perfect. The snaps on the bottom are perfect to pop their tails out. Awesome. I dressed my mom's West Highland Terrier in Harley jacket, boots, hat, goggles. Maggie loved that outfit the best. She wanted a Harley, but no luck finding one her size. Oh, hey, Michelle is back. Okay, so what Halloween themed item did you bring to work on today?
All right. So I am working on a 3 yard quilt, and I decided to work on garden path. I thought was really a cool pattern. So that's the pattern that I'm using. And
Uh-huh.
this is Halloween fabric that we actually bought at the beach. So my big squares are the ghost, all in the purples, greens. We love these colors, just jump so much.
Those are so stinking cute.
And then the accent fabric around it are these pumpkins.
I love
And
those pumpkins.
right there, it's just
They're
so
like a
bright,
spooky jack-o'-lantern that's not too scary.
but it's,
'Cause I
and
know you
then
like the cute Halloween.
I do. And we ended up getting skulls was the other companion fabric. So I'm using this as like small borders and the small squares and that. But
I
still,
love that fabric.
I just love the colors in it. It was just, that's what
Yes.
drew us to it.
It's like complete Halloween all the way around.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
me, I'm using this panel right here.
I
Absolutely
love that
gorgeous
panel.
panel.
I love that panel and
And
I love those pumpkins.
I know my favorite pumpkins are like the orange and black ones.
Yep.
And then I love how they play on the accent of the orange.
Yes.
So that way there's not overly crazy amounts of color and still spooky and very classy like done. But this here is called Spellbound by Deborah Edwards of Northcott. So I got this, and then I had the coordinating fabric. So we have some white fabric of spider webs. We got black fabric of spider webs.
Oh, wow.
And then we have spell book pages.
I love those.
I know. And then we have some black crows with orange pumpkins. And we have This gorgeous pumpkin fabric. I
Uh,
absolutely love this.
right? That is so beautiful. You could use that so many ways, you know?
Right. And then we got some gray grunge that was included in it.
You
I don't know
always
if
got to
that's the
have
real
grunge.
name of that design, but I'm calling it grunge. To me, it's grunge. Then we got this gorgeous orange with black crows.
Oh, I like that.
And I got the white crows. And I think that's all of it. Yep, that's all of it. I cut mine. It came as the bundle came as fat quarters. And so I cut mine into 9-inch squares. And I am putting these together face to face. I got my lines drawn on the back, my diagonal lines, and going to make pinwheels to go around this panel.
Oh, that'll really look sharp when, because it'll give it such a different depth and definition, won't it?
It will, plus not only that, but it also helped play off of the spider webs that's in the panel, I
Yeah,
feel.
I think so too. You have such a good eye.
And how this turns out, we will see because I have not done up any math or any drawing of this, and I am just winging it. And if I have to, I'll add borders in between the blocks.
It's funny how we can just make it all work out at the end, right?
Yes.
I
So,
think that was the hardest thing for me, right? Because when you start, everybody keeps talking about this quarter inch, and then you get a scamped quarter inch, and it's like, okay, is it a quarter inch or what is it? And then I'm measuring stuff and I'm putting together like 7-inch squares, and then nothing fits. And I'm like, oh, but now there's 6.5-inch squares that it's like you forget. Yeah, I just didn't
see,
know.
I don't do anything scant. I go a quarter inch, and if mine does not come out the same measurement as what the designer or a pattern writer wrote it as, then that's okay. Because consistency is the key. So if it says scant and I don't want to do scant, as long as I stick to a quarter of an inch on everything I sew, it'll still fit together perfectly. It's just not going to be to the exact measurement that it was in the pattern. And that's
Yeah.
perfectly okay. It'll be a little bit smaller.
Well, because I have learned, like, I don't do, um, number one, I don't like cutting to begin with. That's why I bought the AccuQuilt. But,
Hmm.
you read a pattern and it says, I cut this 6 7/8. Yeah, that ain't happening. So it's going to be 7 inches or 6 3/4, but there ain't no such thing as 6 7/8.
I see,
God's
I
no.
read 7/8 as a whole number.
Yes, right?
Let's see. Trying to decide what fabrics to put together here for my pinwheels. The black and white spider webs, I automatically knew I was going to put those together. The rest, I'm just like, what do I want to do? Because I'm trying to make sure that I have not an overloading amount of color on some of these, or not an overloading amount of black and white on some of these.
Sandra agrees with us. She says, yes, John. The, why would you
I
write a
love
pattern
it
in
when
seven
people
eighths?
agree.
Right? Makes it so much easier for us, doesn't it?
I think I'll go with this one here. That's maybe that one there. Yeah, that way there, one piece of fabric of each has some color where the rest are all black and white. Okay. Oh, oh, and let's see, who was it? Nikki B goes, John, where did you find that fabric?
I actually bought it at Myrtle Beach when we were on vacation at their quilt store, and I had not seen it out here in our stores, and it's called Bright Frights.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's the Font Diva. So I've never heard of it, never seen it, and but I mean they had bolts of it, and the colors just really jump.
Yeah, they do. And absolutely gorgeous. And then Andreas says, I am sewing, but I wanted to say howdy to everyone and tell John that I finished falling last Wednesday. I am currently using scraps from that and another fall quilt to make a few other projects.
Is
Awesome
awesome.
sauce.
Congrats. I have half of mine done. And then I realized I didn't cut enough fabric. So then I couldn't
One
find the
more.
fabric. So I thought, well, I guess I ran out. So then I decided to make mine more like a scrappy quilt. So instead of having just the two colors per leaf, like the design says, mine now has four and five. And last night I went to cut the Halloween fabric and I said, oh, there's the other fabric. So I was like,
Oopsies.
oh, well, too late now. It is what it is. So
Oopsies. Melanie says she's working on the binding for an ice for her I Spy quilts. And hello, Kate Bergen. I'm so sorry. My words are not my friend today. She says, morning, just tuned in. What beach did you go to where they sell fabric? How fun.
it's Myrtle Beach. We take the grandkids every year to Myrtle Beach because they live up in Virginia. So it's about a 6 hour drive for them. And it's called Quilting at the Beach of all um,
Oh,
names. And it's not right on the beach, but it is in Myrtle Beach. And they're a Janome dealer. So they've got tons of Janome. But it's funny, every year I go in, like the first year I went in, they kept watching me. But then after I spent enough money, they decided I was a good guy. Now they know each year when I come in, they're like, oh, yeah, he's finally back. He'll make our rent this month. It's very
John,
sad.
what are you talking about? You don't do any spending.
And you wouldn't believe that I have six quilt stores, within 10 minutes.
All I gotta say is, how is it that you are dedicating a room to your significant other with all that fabric that you keep buying? Because every time I turn around, there's a pop up. Look what I got. I'm like, where? How? Huh?
Sadly enough, this room is becoming the new work at home office. The current long arm room is going to actually get converted back to a guest room. The um, cutting studio that I have now is becoming the 3D printer, laser engraver, laser cutter room. And then out front will be my new full studio that I can do everything now in one room instead of running across the house into three different rooms.
It is so stinking cool that he does uh the engraving.
Yes.
That is so awesome. My husband and son want to get one of those laser engraver machines, but I told them they had to wait until we try and move and get a bigger house because we don't even, because we just got all their 3D printers all organized. I'm like, we had to put 6 foot long tables down in the basement for them to have some just to get the 3D printers off of my living room table. Because that was their 3D printing station, was my living room table.
But that's the nice thing about East Coast and that is like you all have basements. If I had a basement here, man, I could really go wild.
I didn't have a basement until I had this house. Our house that we were in before my father passed away,
Yeah.
he had did not have a basement, it only had a crawl space, and it was a very small 2 bedroom house.
Oh,
It
no
was
kidding.
barely enough room for us when the boys were little, not including once they all got older and we all started getting our hobbies. Like I had my sewing machine for 10 years before I could even try and touch it because I didn't have anywhere to set it up at.
It does make all the difference. I mean,
I
you've
tried
got to
using
have
a
the room
tinted
and the
under
space.
table and that was not working.
Well, because in the new studio now, I've got a design wall, and I've never had a design wall at the house. I've always had the floor, the bed, or whatever, and so that just all of that makes such a difference. But we adapt and we use what we have, right?
Oh, definitely.
But I know Danielle's got all of that in the back of her mind when she's looking at new houses.
Oh, I already told the husband, I'm like, we are not getting a house unless it has like a pole barn or some type of building outdoors for all of your guys' mechanic stuff and everything.
Yep.
And we're metal shop and wood shop and tool shop and plenty of room out there for them to have all their stuff outside and that in a heated building. Like, and it has a nice large um sunlit room for me to have as my studio. I'm like, I want a large YouTube studio. I'm like, if this is going to be our forever home, I'm getting what I want. And we want like an acre or two of property so that way there we got plenty of room for the bees as well as for the puppies to run and play because we're gonna probably put nice big fencing in. I'm thinking off of my YouTube studio room. I'm hoping I can find one that has like a door that leads out to the backyard or something like that, or a side yard, and
Yep.
have like a little fenced in area there for the puppies to run and play.
Do your dogs enjoy being outside?
Oh my gosh, yes. Pitsy does as long as no one comes around her other than us, the little black and white one.
Yep.
She, she's like complete like stranger danger type of little girl. For my little girl, Lunabelle, she's like all about people and attention. She's like, hey, look at me. She's a hot mess, I swear.
We had Bichons, and the female, um, I know why they call them what they call them because she was, and she wanted to chase everything and be. She was just into everything all the time. I had a Puggle, and all he wanted to do was sit and watch. And you go in, we had a big Florida room at that last house where we had him, and he would go in and hang on the back of the lazy boy, and he would watch. We had 9 deer that would come up in the yard, and he would just sit and watch, and he would watch for hours, watch those deer. And then as soon as the female realized it, she's going berserk and barking and wants to do the, it's like, why can't you be good like him? Like he was such a people animal watcher. He loved just to watch.
Well, see, my three and everything are completely crazy because they bark even at your reflection in the door, the screen door.
No.
Yes, if they see like at nighttime, if they see your reflection as you're walking by, they think it's somebody outside and start barking.
No way.
I'm like, you goobies. Let's
So
see.
nobody is gonna come in the house and get you, right?
Oh no, their pen that we keep them in whenever we're not in the front room is right by the front door. So it's a very loud alarm that goes off whenever you come in that door. Let's see. June Hanson is here. She says hello. Judy Neighbor says beautiful line of fabric. Danelle, John, love the bright fabric. And let's see. Beverly Akins is here. Hey, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Ooh, Brian says he found that fabric that you're using on Etsy.
Oh wow.
Hey, Laura Lynn. Mom and Pop Quilt Shop is here. As well as guess who, Nancy?
I just
Raven
started.
says, slap it loud. My dog is barking, investigating the quilt getting longer at the other side of the table. Sandra says, Danelle, yep, they can build or put in a nice shed. Yes.
Your boys do take care of you.
Yes, they do. They spoil me rotten. They actually had me keep an Amazon wish list going and everything of anything I want them to get me. They had me put it into a saved list and then send them the link, and then that way there, whenever they get ready to buy me presents, they shop off of that list.
Oh, look at that.
That's how I got my IQ quilt dies.
Tell you what, I am obsessed with AccuQuilting.
Yeah, I've decided I'm not really a super fan of the applique ones. They're super
Yeah.
cute, but I'm not really a big applique person. I'm more of like the quilt block ones.
Yes.
So I like the Tangled Star block. That one is super gorgeous.
Well, that's my problem is, I buy, like they just came out this week, they came out with a skeleton. And it is
I've
really cute.
seen that. It's so cute, but I'm like, those tiny little areas, I'll be sitting there sewing that
Yeah. I
forever.
mean, it's like $80 and it's like, okay, but it's applique again. So, I mean, even if you cut it and put your backing on and
Oh
use their
no.
stitch file, right? I mean, it's still like, how many skeletons can I put on stuff? It's like, I don't know. I'd rather have, like you said, the quilt, the,
Yeah, I much rather be able to do quilt blocks than the applique. Like I got the gnome one and I love the gnome one. Don't get me wrong, because he is so cute. And I did already try and do up a few little blocks. I'm deciding on whether I want to make it into a quilt or a wall hanging. Let me
hmm.
grab them over here. If I
I
can.
love your witches. I have those, but I have yet to do them.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do with those yet, but okay, I'm not for sure where I put them offhand. So we will have to show it another time. But I did those gnomes in Christmas fabric and then took triangles and made a tree to go in between two gnomes. So I did a boy gnome and a girl gnome on each one,
Oh,
and then did like a green tree with a brown bark or trunk, whatever, tree trunk on it. And then I'm like, I was gonna do that as a block, but then I'm like, that there was so much empty space up at the top. I'm like, I don't know about the empty space. Feels like it's missing something. And I can't think of what to put there.
it's it's interesting when you try to, you can map some things out in your mind and lay them out, and then it's like when you start putting it together, it's like, okay, now it's missing something, and sometimes it's hard to figure out like what
Yes.
it's missing. Now, I'm fortunate because we have a quilt club here that I'm part of with about 250 women, and they're always willing to give me counsel and advice on what I should be doing.
So Raven is asking for advice, and I
Okay.
really don't know what to suggest on this. She goes, question for everyone. The kitten climbed my quilt design wall. Any suggestions on getting it to pull back together? I'm guessing it overly stretched some areas of the flannel or batting or whatever it is that she's using for her design wall.
I don't know because once they put their claws into that,
Okay, I'm not really for sure on that one. Laura Lynn says maybe wet it a bit and flatten. Sandra says, I love my AccuQuilt electric, but the dyes get costly. Yes, they do, girl. That's the reason why I rely upon my husband and sons to buy them for me
well,
for
and
for gifts.
Facebook Marketplace is a good place. Um, there's a lady that just sold hers 2 weeks ago. I almost bought it. Came with two dies, and it was the Go Big. crank one, not the electric one. And she only wanted $150 for it with two dies.
Oh, wow. That is insane.
Yeah. It was her mother's, and she was just trying to get
Oh,
rid of
okay, so she
stuff.
probably didn't know the true value of it, or she just wanted it gone.
She wanted it gone because we ended up texting back and forth a couple of times because I kept thinking, well, it'd be nice to have yet another one. That's just what I need is just multiple ones floating around.
I mean, why not?
Well, we do plan on next year. Our July 4th is Christmas in July, and we are going to do all AccuQuilt projects as far as like the Christmas tree skirt and all that at the retreat. So
Oh,
I would like to
awesome.
have several, for that reason. But
Oh, and the husband and I have been talking, and I'm gonna start looking into like some nice Airbnbs or something like that here, or somewhere I
mhm.
could rent, and hosting a retreat here in Michigan.
Oh, that'd be awesome, Danielle.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe sometime next year, but I gotta look into figure out all the details and location and everything. But you guys are hearing it here first before I tell anybody. So I'm gonna be looking into doing a retreat and everything. My very first one's gonna be a small one and everything because I'm a newbie at this.
Yep. Our first one is New Year's Eve, and we found an awesome retreat property here in Phoenix. And but it only accommodates up to 14 people, and it's like that's all I need. So we still have a few spaces open because everybody goes, people don't plan till the last minute, and I'm like, okay, it's making me nervous because I wanted it filled up overnight. So we'll see.
Ooh, Nancy's got a good idea. She says, I'm guessing she's referring to to my to my gnome things and everything. She says a black cat with a moon behind the cat. That
Ooh.
would be super cute. I would probably have to not do the black cat because I mean it's a Christmas thing one. So let's see. I was kind of thinking like maybe some like a gold star or something like that. But I don't know. Let's see. Looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow on Heather's Zoom for spectacular scraps. Yes, Sandra. Let's see. Sandra says, "Wow, John! Wow, John! Little steam ironing if the design wall can handle steam." Kitty Craft says, "I have a kitty cat over here at my door, pawing at the door. I'm hearing a clunk, clunk, clunk to her paws hitting the door." Finished getting the binding made. Now I need to make some Saturday BLTs. Ooh, Melanie's making
Ooh,
BLTs. I want one.
I like the LTs, and I love Costco thick bacon.
Ooh, Amanda says she would definitely come if I did a retreat.
There you go.
Diana says she would come. Awesome sauce. Yeah, it would definitely be a lot of fun because my husband's like, okay, he goes, because I had the retreat that I'm gonna be going to for Donna with Handmade by Ying
Mm-hmm.
on in October. And my husband is a little on the concerned side because it's gonna be the first time I'm making a long trip since the boys were babies by myself without him. So he's worried about me doing all that driving in a car where if something goes wrong, he's not there to take care of it or make sure that I don't get scanned by any mechanics or anything like that. And I completely understand his concerns. And I did not fully think this through when I decided I was going to go to this retreat, nor did I talk it over with him. I was a bad, bad girl. I just waited until I had it paid for and told him I was going.
Sometimes it's easier to ask forgiveness, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. And I mean, It's not that far away from his parents, and I did offer to let him come with me and everything and drop him off at his parents' house. So I'm
He
like
didn't,
that way because I'm like, it's only like an hour and a half to 2 hours from his parents' house.
and he
I'm
didn't
like,
jump at that
but
opportunity.
I can understand the reason why he said no because he said no because of the fact that we don't want to have to leave the puppies from both of us for over a week and my son to take care of them again since he just did it while we were down in Alabama for the funeral of his grandmother.
Yeah, because
So
that's
I
the
can
worst thing,
understand the reason why.
right? That's the worst thing about having pets.
Yes. Oh my God. That was complete utter torture of being away from my puppies for the first time. It's like leaving your newborn at the babysitters. I'm
And it's not
like,
that your son didn't do a good job, right? It's not that. It's just he's not you.
yeah. And my son was great with the puppies, even though my little girl was a complete terror. She was full on 2-year-old temper tantrum the whole time we were gone, chewing up everything, being a little misdestructive, not listening. She's like, "You're not my mommy."
They do know, don't they?
She goes, "I want my mommy. Give me my mommy."
Mm.
And oh my gosh, she has been so clingy to me ever since I got back. I get ready to stand up and walk into the kitchen, and she has to jump off the couch or wherever she's at and follow me or watch me like a hawk to make sure I'm not leaving her.
I used to travel for work all the time, and Boomer was my dog. He was the Puggle Poo. And it used to be funny. Every time I'd get the suitcase out, he'd go over and get in the suitcase. It's like, buddy, if I could take you, I would.
Oh, I know. And
It's
just
like
like I told my husband, I didn't plan on having triplet puppies when I decided I was taking this retreat.
I was gonna say, you kind of went to becoming a real dog mom almost overnight, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I went from a dog mom that was taking care of a sick elderly little boy where I was thinking when he passed, I was going to take time down from having little ones and everything to the very next day getting the triplets. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I'm
But
like,
now you wouldn't take anything for them.
oh heck no, they are my angels. And oh my gosh, I went stir crazy. I was like checking the web camera multiple times a day when we were in Alabama to see what my babies were doing. And I even had my son fix it up so that way they could hear my voice and I could talk to them through the thing.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yep, that way I was able to talk to them. And then Luna found out where she followed my voice once and found out where the camera was and decided to make it so mommy could not spy on her.
No.
She decided to chew the cord right in half and then took the camera into her pen to play with it. Joining the retreat is about, I want to say about a 10-hour drive because it's in Tennessee and I'm in Michigan. Yes, my husband and my boys will be taking care of the pups and they're going to be completely fine while I'm gone. It's just my babies. Nobody takes care of your babies better than you.
No.
They can try and they do an amazing job, but no one takes, it's just like with your adult, I mean, just like with your human children. No one takes care of your children better than you. Because you know their cries, you know their wants, their needs, and everything else, and you spoil them rotten.
Well, and there's no use having dogs if you can't spoil them.
right? Especially whenever I don't have grands. I don't have grandbabies, so I gotta spoil someone or something. So all my
Mm.
spoiling gets done up on the puppies.
See, I have four grandbabies. Isn't that crazy?
I jealous. I'm jealous of anyone that has grandbabies because I don't and I want some.
Well, and you've
My
seen
boys
Ava
are being
Lynn.
little stinkers.
Ava Lynn is my oldest, and you've seen her on the channel. And
Uh-huh.
she is just so full of herself, and it's just funny. She went to school. So at the end of the school year, my daughter says, "Could you make the kindergarten teacher a quilt?" And here's kind of what I want. Blah blah blah. Of course, she asked me that for in the 1st of April, and I need it by the middle of May, right? So yeah, so that's my daughter. But anyways, she got it, and we made a tote bag for the first grade teacher. But the kindergarten had both kids, so it was funny because the granddaughter takes it to school and starts explaining to her, to the teacher, that her Papa John made this, and look at this, and look how pretty, and we have a YouTube channel, and we're on the television together, and we do this, and I'm like, oh my God, she's only on twice a year when I get to see, it's like, but
Oh my
it
gosh,
was,
so cute.
uh,
That is absolutely adorable.
yep. So it doesn't matter what she says or does; it's always adorable.
Yes, Jordy, my mama is still going with me, which is gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be a complete girl trip and everything, and I'm super excited. And it's gonna be a phenomenal trip. It's just I can understand my husband's concerns and worries. Because I mean, it just shows that he does love me, which I already know he does, but it shows that he's concerned and everything about my well-being. So
But it's good you're not traveling by yourself.
yeah. It's one of the reasons why I asked my mom if she wanted to come with me. So that way there, for one, I'm not going by myself. And for two, it'll be a great time for some mother-daughter time without any outside distraction.
Yeah, because that time is not easy to get.
No, it's not. So right now I have these done up.
Oh, cute. I like
So
that orange color too.
I know. Let's see. There's a better one where you can actually see one of the birds on there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So right now I am just trimming these down to where they are going to be 3 3/4. And I just use a normal ruler to trim mine before I press them. Kind of like the same idea as a block lock. I just found a way of doing it the same way as like a block lock without actually buying the block lock.
Now, do you draw the line down the middle on both sides and then, or stitch on both sides of the line and then cut it?
Yep.
Okay.
So what I did is, let me bring you guys over here to my other camera setup. Alrighty, get my.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So what I did is drew a line diagonally across, and then I stitch on both sides. Then I'm cutting it a half and half. going across and up and down, and then I'm cutting on the line, which
Oh,
gives
wow.
me 8 half square triangles. And then, so once I get them cut, what I'm doing is, because some of these are right around at 4 inches, and also what I do is I try and put my stitch line on the 3 1/4, 3 3/4 mark. And that way there, I know I got this lined up just perfectly to cut off my excess.
Nice.
And then also just cut diagonally to cut off my dog ears. And I do all that before I even open it up to do anything else.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
That way there, once I press it open, it's done.
I'll be anxious to see how that turns out.
Me too. 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be adding stashing or if I'm gonna be just putting the pinwheels together or what. So we're gonna, once I get all of my pinwheels made up, then because I'm like, okay, we're gonna go with 9 inch pinwheels. And then I'm gonna lay it out and see if I need to add sashing or what to make it all fit perfectly. See, Amanda says, I am working on a Halloween project too, making a patchwork girly ghost to put on a sweatshirt. Ooh, I definitely want to see that when you're done, girl.
My partner said, another Halloween quilt? I said, you do realize it's my second favorite holiday, right? He goes,
So what's
yeah.
the
And
first one?
oh, Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas and the Grinch.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love Dr. Seuss, The Grinch, and the Little Who family. I think my
But,
favorite of Whoville was the Grinch's dog.
well, of course it was. I knew that's what you were going to tell me.
Love it.
But he was a cute dog, especially when they put the little antlers on him.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's so adorable. I was like, oh, don't make him pull that sled. That poor baby. Okay, so we're gonna put those over there. This over here. Because now I need to press. Ah, I forgot about the pressing part.
And it's funny. I can't work with fabric unless I starch it. I don't starch it. I use magic, and
Yeah, the
I
AccuQuilt pen, or not AccuQuilt, but Acorn.
no, I don't use Acorn. I use Niagara came out with what they call their crafting starch or whatever, and it's called Magic, and I
Oh,
like
okay.
it way better than Best Press.
Yeah, see, I use the Acorn pen and I put Best Press in it.
Oh, do you really?
And I just put, yeah, because I was gifted the child version of it. So now I just use put Best Press in mine and use that. Because I'm like, I am not going out and buying all this special stuff. Hey, Alex, living with and crafting with MS is in the house.
Oh, hey, Alex. Good morning. Early morning still. What time is it here? 8 a.m. here.
Oh my gosh. See,
Danielle's
Melanie
like,
says I made 3 Grinch quilts for my kiddos 2 to 3 years ago. Awesome. Brian says I am working on the Halloween wreath from Designs by Juju.
oh,
And okay, everybody's just saying hi, hi, hi.
sadly, my partner goes, there's 3 Halloween quilts in the hanging up to be long armed. Yes, I'm well aware of that. And you have 4 hanging on the wall in the new studio. Yes, I'm well aware of that too. And we're going to do another one. I said, yeah, because Danielle and I said we were going to do Halloween. So absolutely. Plus, I bought this fabric, right? So I had to do something with this fabric.
Oh, and I may have done something a little on the goofy side,
Not you.
maybe a little bit. So I just turned off my camera for a moment because I got to get it together real quick. I want it to be a surprise for everybody.
You.
And my husband absolutely thinks I'm crazy, which I may possibly be. Come on, work with me here.
Oh no! Where'd you get those? Did you make those?
No, I found it on Amazon.
I love that. I love those.
I'm like, they keep trying going over in my face. I'm like, come on, off the side, ladies. I'm like,
That, but it's just it matches our personality, right?
yes, it's fun and quirky.
I I remember a few years ago when I lived in Virginia Beach, we did a they have the Wicket. Um, it's actually an 8K run down at the beach. And of course, I dressed and I have a full Scooby Doo outfit. And my niece and I always run together. And halfway through the race, she goes, "If you don't quit hitting me with your darn tail, I am so tired of you hitting me with that tail." And I was like, well, not like I have a lot of control over what's happening back there.
So Alex says it sounds like you are still sick, John. Are you still sick?
I am. It's all it was in my head and now it's all dropping in my like my chest and throat now all of a sudden. So just started yesterday.
You might need to go see the doctor and get an antibiotic for that.
I may. I did go last week. That's how I found out I had COVID and all that.
You
So
had COVID?
I did 2 weeks ago. So
Oh,
I did
John.
I did take Paxlovid and all that and actually didn't feel all that bad because for me the COVID usually always stays in my head. But the clinic out here told me that the cases are going way up because people
Yeah,
just think they're,
we skyrocketed here in Michigan.
yeah, she said people think they just have the flu and that, and they're not doing anything and they're going out and, exposing everybody. I was like, yeah, great. And, it's funny because other than going to work, we don't go out a lot. I mean, I really stay within a small circle.
Welcome to back to school time, where all these people start sending their children to school sick as a dog because they are tired of dealing with their kids.
Yep. Hey, Danielle, I got my first two blocks put together.
So cute.
Pretty cute.
I
I know
absolutely love it.
Fran would tell me this this centerpiece should have more contrast, but that's okay. It's my quilt, and I'm not going to ask
Yes.
Fran. I do enjoy watching Fran and Donna. I think they are so cute together.
Yes.
Now, will you get to go to QuiltCon? Will you go to Raleigh or
Yeah, because
Atlanta?
since I'm going to Donna's retreat,
Right.
then I don't have the PTO available to do both. And plus, so I don't have the PTO available to do both because I'm also saving some of my PTO time with work to go to do a family trip to see down south to see family as well.
Yep.
One that does hopefully one that does not involve a funeral.
I tell you, how awful was that? That was
I
pretty quick
know.
too, right?
I'm kind of happy it fell on Labor Day weekend or right before Labor Day weekend because then we were able to do it for like a long holiday weekend down there. So we got at least some time to spend with his parents.
Yeah, that's what was crazy. My brother passed Memorial Day weekend, but of course that didn't involve us because we weren't supposed to know he was sick and we weren't supposed to, and they didn't have really any type of funeral or anything. It was just weird, but still, it's like those are things you always remember now, right? Because it happened that holiday weekend.
Yep. Well, it's like when my dad passed, his was, I found out it was the very last year that we were taking the kids trick-or-treating. And so it was already an emotional season for me. And while we're trick-or-treating with the kids and everything, we got the call that his grandpa, we got the call, or I got the call that my dad had passed. So I went up with a double whammy that year.
Crazy.
Let's see. Sorry to hear that, John. I thought it was your sexy early morning voice. That was fun, Joy.
Joy is just a mess, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, she's a trip. I love her.
I tell you, I
You
just
never
started watching.
know what you're gonna hear.
No, and I've kind of gotten used to her, right? And then I started watching Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, and I had not really watched her channel. And oh my God, like she had my sides hurting. She is just a character.
Yes, she is. I catch her whenever I can, but sometimes it can be hard for me too and everything.
Hmm.
So I usually pop in for a few moments, say hey, hang out for a little bit, and then I take off quietly. Or I'll leave her running in the background while I'm busy doing other stuff. Hey, Melissa, how are you doing, honey? Melissa Feldhouse is in the house. She is
Oh, look at
runs
her.
with quilts, which is way better than running with scissors.
Oh,
Okay, so now I got 4 of these ready to go. We're going to put together one pinwheel. Going to get at least one pinwheel done before the end of the show.
I was gonna say you gotta have at least. See, I at least got one block done, put together.
I've been busy talking. I can't help it.
That's why we were late, Danielle.
I know.
Danielle goes,
Oh,
"Oh
you're
my
not supposed
goodness,"
to snitch on me.
but we were having a good time.
We were. So this is how this one here is going to look.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's really gonna look sharp going
Super,
around that
super cute.
that whole window pane, right?
Yep. So these are going to go all along there. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to leave my gnomes in or not. I may take them out or I may leave them in. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm
Well,
like,
you'll be
when it gets closer to that time, I'll decide. Kind of think about not including the gnomes. So that way there, then I can, because my ultimate goal with the gnomes is I want to quilt them up into like little wall hanging thingies to hang up behind me during each month.
oh, that would be cute.
But I don't have enough for all the months done up yet, so that just means I need to do up more gnomes. Which I'm not doing up any more gnomes until after I had that lion legit kit lion done, which I haven't worked on in a little bit. So see my conflicts.
You're like me, there's more projects than time.
I get started on something and I'm like very ambitious. It's like when you put too much food on your plate, where your eyes are bigger than your stomach. For me,
Yes.
it's more of my ideas are larger than my time available.
Well, and that's my problem now that I'm working out of basically 4 rooms. I have stuff everywhere, and I keep finding more projects. Like the other day, I moved some of the kits that I have, which I have way too many quilt kits, and I found
No,
three.
never.
I either found 3 or 4 um, quilt kits of the gnome, or not the gnome, the Grinch. And it's like,
Ooh.
no, I can't believe I've got that many. Well, that's how I ended up with the door banners from Riley Blake. I bought them from Shabby Fabrics because I thought that was really cool and I wanted to do those. And then next thing I know, I'm getting two every month because I forgot that I bought them from Fat Quarter Shop.
Oh, and Melissa is asking, what are we working on? So I'm making pinwheels to go with this panel here of the coordinating fabric for it.
And
And my pinwheels would be going around the panel. So now I'm contemplating, should I make these into hourglass blocks or should I make them into pinwheels?
I think the pinwheels almost look like a moonbeam coming through the window, doesn't it?
I think I'm going to go with my original plan of the pinwheels because, for one, the original plan was the fact that the pinwheels resemble a little bit like spider webs.
Yes.
So I got to go back to the pinwheels. But it was a cute little alternative design.
Well, that's what's crazy, right? You don't have to do much to change the whole look.
Huh?
You don't have to do just turn it, 90 degrees or 180. It changes the whole design. It's like that's what's
Yeah.
cool about quilting, right? It's like almost
There's
like a
no
puzzle.
rules.
Yeah.
And technically, if I wanted, I could just do both. Because there's no rules. The only rule is it's my rules.
As long as you're happy with it when it gets done.
Yes. And if not, then I find someone that does. Love it. And we got Laura Sup in the house. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, Laura.
Melissa goes, the Grinch.
I just love the Grinch.
Jordy says she loves the Grinch stuff that you made. Nikki says, I was looking for more Kansas Troubles fabrics and found a beautiful fall sunflower kit I totally forgot I bought. Awesome. And Michelle the quilter is here.
Hey,
Nikki B
Michelle.
says she votes for pinwheels. Yep, that's the way we're going to go. Pinwheels. My original plan. See, I try to swirl. I
Last
can't
weekend,
help but to squirrel.
last weekend we had a quilt show here in Scottsdale. So they always have it Labor Day weekend, and I never get to go because I'm always at the park home. Well, because I had COVID and that, we decided not to go to the park home and stay here, which was fine. But crazy enough, um, I ended up with we ended up not going, and my partner goes, "Oh, I didn't even know about it." I was like, "Yeah." I was a little embarrassed after I've been unpacking and putting all the quilt kits away. I thought there's absolutely no way that I need to go because I know as soon as I see something, I'm gonna say, "Well, that's okay. Grab that anyways."
So here is my pinwheel. Don't look too closely at the center.
Oh, I love those.
Everything's not 100% lined up, but from this far away, you can't tell. And these would be going around like this right here.
I really do like that, Danielle.
Yes. And funny part is they're almost the same size as my gnome blocks.
Interesting. You didn't even plan that though, did you?
No, I did not. So that is how these are going to go. I'm going to make a bunch of them and they're just going to go around and then I'll be quilting it and that'll be it.
Crazy.
That'd be a nice little throw blanket and everything. So I got one block done.
We've had a busy morning.
We have. It's always fun though.
Is.
Okay, so it is after 11 o'clock, John.
Oh,
And so, do you have anything fun coming up over on your channel?
I do. I have a special guest coming tomorrow. We're gonna
You
fin-
do?
we're gonna
Whoever could that be?
so if you didn't get enough of Danielle and I today, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Arizona time, which is 7 o'clock Eastern, we will be together, probably finishing working on the same projects, trying to get
Yes.
things done.
I don't
And
know about finishing on my part because I got a lot of pinwheels to
dude,
make.
you got a lot of pinwheels. But
But I
yes,
figure, this is gonna be a fun project for me to work on through September and that on my live streams, and that way then it'll be ready for Halloween in October.
perfect. Will you quilt that yourself, or do you send it out, Danielle?
I'll probably send this one out
Okay.
because this here is so amazingly cool looking. I don't want to do just any dilly-dally straight line quilting because I'm thinking like maybe outline of the crows or the pumpkins or something. I don't know, but
That would be cool.
yeah, or maybe spider web quilting on it. Who knows?
So join us tomorrow at Guys Craft 2, and we will have some more laughs. People shake their head, Danielle, at us. I know they have to sometimes, but that's okay. We have fun together.
Yes, it's all about having fun and just enjoying our time together.
What it's about. So I
So,
appreciate you having me today.
oh, not a problem. Hey, I love having you on here because you never know what we're going to get into.
We know.
And then tomorrow, I will not be live tomorrow morning on my channel. I'm actually going to be over on Donna's channel
Oh
with
wow.
Handmade by Ying, and we're going to be going live from like 9 a.m. until about 11 or 12 tomorrow morning. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're just gonna be hanging out and sewing and working on stuff. I don't even know what I'm gonna work on yet. I'm like, I could work on this, or I could work on this, or I could work on this. I need to get this done, but I need to get this done, but I also need to do this. And now I just added another whip.
Just crazy. Just crazy. Thank you to some of the new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate
And
that.
thank you for everybody that came and hung out with us today. I am so appreciative. Me and John both are highly appreciative of everybody that comes over and hangs out with us. And John, if you would like, put it over in the chat and everything, exclamation selfie. And that way there it'll drop your link for if anyone that has not signed up for you yet, even though I think everybody here is, but if they're not, then they can go and get signed up for you.
Perfect. I don't have the chat on my computer for some reason.
Huh?
I don't have it on my computer. I had to turn it on the TV.
Okay, not a problem. Melissa, can you go and grab John's link for his channel and drop it in the chat for me, please? Yes, Amanda, I am so sorry, honey, that we had to cancel that and everything. So last Sunday, Amanda was supposed to be on my channel for doing foundation paper piecing with me.
Oh wow.
And because of the fact that that was the day I was traveling back to Michigan from Alabama from the funeral for my husband's grandmother, I had to cancel with her because I canceled all my live streams that week,
Yes.
which we had like 2 days to get everything packed and ready to head out, make sure my car was in tip-top shape for the trip and everything. And I was like, oh my God, it was so stressful. Plus the working. Ugh. Let's see. I just subscribed to John's channel. Brenda Chauvin said, thank you,
Thank you.
Michelle. So Michelle dropped your link for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, and if it's not in the description of the video, I will add it in there after the live stream. I found his link under the More tab. Yay! So it is in there right there. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Awesome sauce. So everybody have a fantastic, beautiful, wonderful day. If you get out and about, smile, because you never know whose day you can brighten, including your own, by the simple gesture of a smile. And it costs absolutely nothing. Who doesn't love free?
Amen.
So I will talk to y'all all later. And John, I will see you tomorrow, sir.
Thank you. Happy crafting.